that's our goal for this session, is just to get us used to a couple of examples of what it might look like when you're in Impact, when you're in doing cabin devotions, and then we'll talk a little bit about telling your story again and finish off the time by giving you time to actually think about that for yourself and start writing some stuff down, because the story is going to come out a lot better if you give yourself a warning and you're not just talking off the top of your head. Okay, so we're going to start with some impact songs.
So I really want you guys, I think I mentioned this, but I really want you guys to be involved with the impact songs. I want to be able to just quickly be like, hey, can you do this song today? And you can just bring the excitement. It's not fun for the kids when I'm up there every time compared to you guys who they actually you're with them in cabin, right? So it'd be great just to have cabin leader involvement. So we're just going to go over a few songs. There's actions. We do these for Blast and Discovery. So I'll get you guys to stand up. Try to follow along as best as you can. Jeff, you want to come home and read it? Get up there, Megan. Okay. So try your best to follow along. Don't, it's going to be silly. Go full out. It's super fun. Just do it. Alright? Okay. Ready? We're going this way. Ready? Yeah. I like bananas. I know the mangoes are sweet. I like papaya. Papaya. Nothing can beat the sweet of the God. You rock the do. You rock the do. You rock the do. Sweet of the God. You rock the do. You rock the do. You rock the do. I was walking around in circles. 5 miles an hour. Trying to find my heavenly Father. The world gets too sweet. But soon it turns sour. I asked him in my heart and received his power. 1, 2, 3. I like bananas. I know the mangoes are sweet. I like papaya. Papaya. But nothing to beat the sweet of God. You ought to do. You ought to do. You ought to do. Sweet of God. You ought to do. You ought to do. You ought to do. Sweet of God. Okay, that's classic. Get it in your brain. Super fun. It's great. Thank you guys. Allison, you want to help me with the next one? Sure.
Claire, are we going to get copies of these?
If it'll be helpful, then yeah.
No, sure, I know.
Maybe copy the lyrics. Sure.
Maybe a little cheat sheet of songs. Put in our
Good idea.
Okay, so this one is the Fruit of the Spirit song.
Yeah.
So I need someone to give me a fruit.
Apple grape.
Just shout it out. Strawberry. Strawberry. Let's go strawberry. Okay, and so Claire and I are gonna sing it, and then you can kind of follow along. So it goes, the fruit of the Spirit is not a strawberry. The fruit of the Spirit is not a strawberry. If you want to be a strawberry, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, because the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Then, so the fruit of the Spirit is not a strawberry. The fruit of the Spirit is not a strawberry. If you want to eat a strawberry,
If you
want to be a strawberry, you might as well hear it. You can't eat a fruit of the Spirit.
I thought it was B. Is it?
Yeah, if you want to be a strawberry, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit.
Oh, you can't?
You have to choose. Yeah.
Can't be a fruit of the Spirit. Yeah, sorry.
I was thinking.
I always thought it was eat, but that's okay. It'll blend in.
And then we'll point.
I like pears.
What other fruits do we like?
Papaya.
Sarah, what kind of fruit do we want?
Pineapple.
Okay, dragon fruit. Guava. Let's do guava.
Okay.
The fruit of the Spirit is not a guava. The fruit of the Spirit is not a guava. If you want to be a guava, you might as well hear it. You can't be the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. No. Cucumber's questionable. Peach. Let's do peach. The fruit of the spirit is not a peach. The fruit of the spirit is not a peach. If you want to be a peach, you might as well hear. You can't be the fruit of the spirit. The fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
All right. Should we do another one?
Do I do another one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. You wanna?
I'll just wing it. We'll see how much of it I remember as we're doing it.
Which one? All right. Peace like rivers. Okay.
I'm just gonna follow you. Let's do it.
We got a couple of free verses for this one and some basic action. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it starts off. I've got
Got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. In my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. In my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. In my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. In my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. In my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. In my soul.
yeah.
Beautiful.
That was all three. Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Okay.
I've got peace like a river.
Peace, joy, love, like a river.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean. In my soul. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean. I've got peace, joy, love like a river, fountain, ocean in my soul. In my soul. Good job. And it's okay if you go up and you kind of mess it up.
Yeah.
The kids won't know.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of messed all of that up. And it's A-okay.
Okay. All good.
If you have some songs that you're bringing from your own, like Sunday school or church camps or whatever,
We want to hear them.
we want to hear them. We want to mix up the songs that we're singing this year a little bit more and get a few more things going.
Does the fruit of the spirit one have action? Because I learned with action that it was like really chaotic with action.
Probably. Yeah, come in process later.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them. I'm just
We can
curious
make
how-
the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me,
Yeah.
I
Be
I made
creative.
it.
Make your own action. Put a little twist on it.
They can become more.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Let me grab. It's on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
So can I
Yeah, you can just pop that out. Yeah.
We're gonna go over. We talked about like cabin discussion yesterday, and that extra time we had, and we thought it'd be nice to like spend some time doing like a little mock cabin discussion as a group. So why don't we all come into the
Just hit
front?
you.
We'll sit in a circle. We'll make it all cabin discussion like a little bit cozier. Just get on the chair, come in the front. We'll sit in a circle. Maybe we want to do 2 circles.
Sure. Let's do one and then we can
Cool. Let's do a big.
we can push some chairs back, move the chairs away. Whoa, I'll take that computer. Yeah, we're gonna have to be creative with the circle a little bit.
It's like the jelly bean shaped bowls.
It's like a bee.
is a big cabin.
Okay, so we're going to go over a devotion. I'm using one from that I have planned for Venture, just so that you guys can kind of get a sense of like what it will look like. Obviously, with kids, you are going to adapt to their level of understanding of what we're talking about that day. And when we get to Venture, you have 2 times for devotion, so you'll get some more questions. So feel free to kind of like choose how you group them together and what you're going through. But they're meant to be prompts for you to like branch off of, as long as you're still like reflecting these values and like it's related to the message, you can veer a little bit. Okay. So this devotion it's for Monday. The cabin questions are for Monday, and this week is on the prodigal son. So the questions start pretty basic. So how do you think the Bible can be used as a tool for our lives? I like to start super basic with the kids, especially on Monday. So you guys are going to engage as the campers would, and we'll have a discussion. Yeah.
I think like the Bible is kind of like an instruction manual or like giving us guidance and like how to live our lives according to God's will.
Yeah, I really like how you said instruction manual, cool way of looking at it. Does anyone else have something to add about that?
I think it kind of helps because there's like a lot of confusion in the world. It helps to answer our questions, and like it really connects to what it is going through.
Yeah, great. Obviously, gauge where your campers are at as well before you start your discussion. I like to do that Monday. I think I went over with you guys with the 1 to 5 there. And yeah, you can change your questions based off of that. Okay, so we obviously haven't gone through the parable, but for those who have heard the story before, what do you think the meaning of the parable is? Yeah.
That God is a loving Father and He wants to direct you.
Yeah. It does really highlight God's love for us and His acceptance, right? Even when we veer away from Him. Which parable? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything to add to that question?
I feel like it kind of like shows us how God's willing to meet us where we're at. Like when the son came back, obviously he wasn't perfect, but he was like willing to repent, and like the father is willing to accept him back in immediately. Like God's willing to meet us where we're at.
Yeah, God does meet us where we're at, and you'll have some kids that go, "What does that mean? Meet us where we're at?" And you'll expand a little bit on that, and yeah. So yeah, great. The son had a great life, but still wanted more. What are some good things that we have in our lives that we can be grateful for?
Warm showers.
Mental sleep.
Friends.
Close to it.
I have nothing to be grateful for. Something's getting shit. It's something getting
It's true. Great. Yeah, all good things. How can we be sure that we are always thankful for the things that we have and don't fall into patterns of always looking for more or overlooking the good that we have? Like how do
I guess like always appreciating things we have outwardly, like saying thank you to people can also help us like remember to keep that perspective inside. And just remember that it's really wise saying thank you so much on that.
Yeah, something I like to do as I go about my day, when something comes up that makes me happy or just like a nice interaction I have with someone, I just like to think all the God, that was great. Thanks for that. It takes a little blessing. Yeah, okay.
Looking at how far you've come.
Yeah.
a different spot than you, and you can see like someone you're thankful for where you are and for other people, and help other people through their hard times.
Yeah, great. Awesome. So those are a couple questions. I'll ask you else if you want to add anything, but something I wanted to mention for the younger kids, something I found very helpful, especially if you have a hyperactive group of kids or they just are very chatty. In your cabin kits, you'll have a couple just like objects for them to play with. If you need a fidget toy, you can come talk to one of us. But if you have like a talking ball, then only the person who has the ball can be the one speaking. And then it really gets them to like raise their hand, and then when they're done with turn, they pass the ball around. And I found it helpful to just even make kids understand when they do shout out, oh, you have a talking ball right now, hold on a second, we'll get to that song. So yeah, just some strategies if you're struggling to kind of keep everyone just taking their turns to come talk to us. I know Jake also has some good strategies. Yeah, we can help you out.
Yeah, I think for devotions, it's important to remember, we're talking devotions right now. The terminology with the kids is cabin discussion. You have a cabin discussion before bed. But it means sometimes between cabin 2 weeks or like the first couple of days, zero kids are speaking or responding. And that's okay. You can get one or two kids who talk. Because a lot of stuff Steve mentioned later is like those one-to-one discussions where all that stuff comes out. So as long as you're checking in on them, that's where the question will come up. Like I had a cabin one time where zero kids were talking in discussion. And then I'd walk around at night, and then each one would ask me like a very in-depth theological question as I went into the bed. And I have to like write them down and answer them in the morning. So like the kids are listening and will be involved if you do this time. But don't feel bad if you're not getting much engagement. It has nothing to do with how you're running it. That's just what the kid is ready for at that time.
And with that, I find it helpful if you have my cabins, I think particularly with like older girls when they're kind of like self-conscious about asking questions. Making like a jar or something that they can put questions in. I'll like cut up strips of paper, put some pens in the fireplace, and it's just like go write your question down that come up through the week, and then put them in the jar. And I'll go through them before, and then like, girls' night is a good night for that, or cabins for boys. Just do kind of a Q&A, and then it usually starts some really good conversation as well. So yeah, that's another way to have a cabin that's shy.
Important for that though is that you take the time to read the questions and not do it in the moment. And then you can pull out any questions that aren't things that you want to get into or discuss, and give you time to think about the questions that you want to discuss.
Yes. So for prayer, I usually end the session with prayer. Some people open in prayer, it doesn't matter. But some creative ways to do this is to involve the campers. Popcorn prayer, if you guys heard that before. So it's kind of just a relaxed way that anyone can share if they want. They want to pray out loud, if they want to pray in their head. So usually it's nice to have one cabin leader open, and then you leave some time to chime in if they want to. And then the other cabin leader will close. It's a nice community thing as well, praying together. Also, you can just quiet prayer time, also some calm music, and just give them time to say some prayer on their own. There's lots of ways to pray. So, and it's helpful if we teach the kids that. A lot of them either haven't heard about praying before, or have this idea that prayer has to be this strict thing where you're, using all these fancy words and you should be afraid of God while you're praying and whatnot. So, yeah, we want to just introduce them to that.
And please do pray with them at the end of the discussion again. Try and please make that part of the evening routine. Because that can be very impactful for the kids. in terms of things like prayers, Claire said, Claire said popcorn prayer. I've had done prayer journaling before, asking kids to talk about like phrase reports is really cool. Like what do you want to thank God for today? Or prayer requests or something. Praying for things to come in the week and asking the kids about that. And even like praying over things in reflection of the day are all things that are good to do with the kids. So yeah, just try to make that part of the evening routine.
It's an important time for us to sit down and have the opportunity to talk to the kids. So even when it feels awkward, or if nobody's responding, still encourage you to take the time to sit down and be intentional about doing that cabin discussion, because it is a great opportunity for you to be able to share with them about the love of God. And even if our goal is for them we want them to hear about God's love for them, but also learning some stuff through the story. So having those application questions at the end of what can we be thankful for, or how can we show courage tomorrow when you're going to doing camp and trying new activities, or what does it look like to show love to the people in our cabin? And that might help you just to be able to take those stories and apply them directly. And then, closing in prayer is an important one. So switch it up to make it, and try some different things, and you can engage the kids differently in different ways.
Yeah.
Are we given the devotion?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We have the sheet with all the questions.
Kind of like the little booklet.
So the booklet you gave us, that's what this is called.
That's
That one's for you this week.
Okay.
So you'll get something similar to that, although it might not be booklet form, for every week that follows along with what impact time is. So either Sunday during our meeting time or Sunday night when we come around and do rounds, we'll give you the information so that the questions all follow the stories from that morning.
So all of this is the same one for me to encourage them to contact them about it?
The kids don't have
The
to.
kids, it will be the calendar.
Okay, but the discussions are the same between cabins?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Another thing, this is a really great time as well to just find out how your kids' days were. So Rosebud and Thorn is a good one too. And or you just going around, tell me how to about your day, and then through that you can kind of help them connect the dots between character traits. Like if someone tells you, oh, I did catwalk today, it was my first time, I was so scared. Hey, that's awesome courage. I'm so proud of you, good job. That way you're branching those two things together. You're allowing them to see how they're living these character traits out, which is really helpful for them. Yeah, so we're doing our kind of discussion, but it's not just based around these questions. You want to engage with how their days look. Yeah.
And just remember, we run the school program, we have a sick Irish course, we zip line, and the waterfront boats, so that we have 15 minutes in the night for kids to come and we can talk to them a little bit. So we're this is why we're here. This is the fun part. This is the goal of everything we do. Rebecca's fixing Irish things right now so that kids come to do cool stuff and you can talk to them at the end of the day. Do you want to share your story?
Anything from Theo, Josh, Jess? Or anyone that's been having that you've enjoyed or appreciated?
The Rosebud thing's a good one. Just to make sure that everyone talks, even if they don't want to share that much, just saying good thing about it.
Does everyone know what Rosebud Thorn is?
Yeah.
Any questions at all?
Okay, so Rosebud is highlight of your day, something that went really well, and Thorn is something that maybe didn't go so well. And I always say you don't have to have a thing. You would like to share it. We're not. Yeah, we want to hear it.
So it's just a model to get out some high notes.
You don't have to use whatever.
I know another version of it too that I just want to share. So there's rose, bud, thorn, and it's separated instead. So it's the same thing with the thorn, something that didn't go so well, but the same thing with the rose is something that did go well, and then bud is something that they're excited for.
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah, something that they're looking forward to for the next day.
cabin leader before, because I actually don't know the difference between like the assistant versus cabin leaders.
Okay. So when you get your cabin list, the cabin leaders will be listed first, and they become cabin leaders.
So the cabin leaders are the ones that have been here before, and then the cabin leaders is like cabin leaders.
Maybe both of her.
But you're both equally involved.
Yeah. But so it's, you were working as a team throughout the week to guide the cabin. So the cabin leader is overall in charge and will have kind of the direction of where to go. And the assistant cabin leader has a few responsibilities that are their own, but really you're working together as a team for the big goal.
Okay. So who's been here before? Like who's like cabin?
I don't know if we don't have it like. Yeah, we don't have everything super organized, locked down yet, Mystica. But by the end of the week, on the buddy sheet for where the first groups of kids comes, you guys will see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
Cool. So with the rest of the time for the session, we wanted to give you guys some time to reflect on your personal testimonies and your stories so that you have a little bit of a game plan when an appropriate time comes up to share that with your campers. Liv actually this morning gave a really good example of a story, and it followed, if you guys remember, like it kind of followed her archetypes, right? Or the archetype we set out. Because we had like, do you anyone remember what Liv's before was? Ski, Lucy?
Identity.
Yeah, she was like, I am a ski racer. That is my life. And then, what was her pivotal moment again?
Accidents and stuff?
Accidents, she was getting hurt or something.
Yeah, she got hurt. They kind of like, her getting hurt kind of started pulling her away. I believe she said she met, after years of being at camp, she encountered Jesus and felt like she wanted to start living with him. And then her after is just her pursuing ministry, is her treating people better, is her working out her own values, right? Like all of her values here and skiing, and now her value is like, who do I want to be? How do I want to live? I should want my life after Jesus. It was kind of Liv's template.
Yeah, finding her identity in skiing versus finding her identity in God.
As a child of God. Yeah, so that was kind of her outline. What we have for you guys, I have a bunch of sticky notes here. And a bunch of markers that I can give out. Do you guys have your binders or clipboards or anything right now?
Yeah.
If you guys want to, that's okay if you don't. We can do it with these. If you have your binder and clipboard, get up, grab it. If not, don't worry. And I'll go around handing out a marker and 3 sticky notes, and you guys can plot out kind of before, during, and after. And we'll just spend some time sitting on that and reflecting on what you guys want to write down and think about. Do you have a binder? No, not yet. That's chill. Thank you.
I already got 3. You can just use these.
Here you go. Just 3 more for you. Little bonus. You already got a marker? Be okay. Feel free to use like one of the pieces of paper in your binder, but you can also use those as well. Thanks. You're welcome.
So just a few other things from this story, just that Liz did well in her story. So just as Jake's giving out, sticky notes, we've got about 10 minutes left, so there's not a lot of time for you to work on this, but you can get started on it. And I would encourage you to keep working on it. If people that are just coming in, if you just want to grab a seat, or if you want to leave for 10 minutes and come back at 2:10, it's up to you.
We are being quiet right now. We're quiet.
But you're welcome to come sit down, but we're still going to keep going. So we talked about the post-it notes are just there to kind of help you bring your thoughts together on everything. And I think another good thing that Liz did during her story is that she kind of set boundaries on what she was sharing as well. So when she was talking about her she said something along the lines of like, my home life wasn't stable. But she didn't dive into that. The kids don't need to know all of what that looked like. She said something along the lines of, my whole life wasn't stable, and so I found identity in skiing, which set context for everybody, gave everyone a bit of awareness of where she was coming from, but didn't go into unnecessary details. And it was also kind of like, she said it, and then she moved on, which kind of set boundaries around that as well for her wanting to talk about it.
Yeah, please don't trauma dump on the kids.
Yeah. And so she kept that, and like she did her story in 7 minutes. So, and that's a great timeline as you're thinking through this of like, how do we tell our stories in a way that's impactful, but it's also, people can follow along and it's concise. So let's spend the next 9 minutes just kind of working through these things for yourself. So if you can think about, and this isn't the only model of how to tell your story, this is just one that we found is a useful model as you start to put your thoughts on paper to help, instead of just like going off the top of your head and just rambling along and following rabbit trails and going here and then going here. You've got your process of how you're going to tell your story in a way that people can follow and in a way that's going to impact other people. Jamie, did you have a question? Okay, so yeah, find some space, get comfortable, and if you need more paper, let us know. Cool.
Yeah, do you want I can connect my